We're here with Jake from Impact Adaptive Sports and ReActive Adaptations. Jake, can you tell us a little bit about what you do?
We build off-road hand cycles for folks with disabilities, and we build them in Crested Butte, Colorado.
That's awesome. And how did you get started doing this?
I've been riding off-road hand cycles for about 10 years now, and one day I just decided to approach a local welder in our town and said I really want to build a real badass off-road hand cycle so I can get deeper into the outback and do more things on it, fly fish and whatnot. So over the course of a year we built a really cool hand cycle, and more people wanted one, so I just kind of turned it into a business, and the rest is history. Now we build them for a living.
That's awesome. And tell us a little bit about your hand cycles and which ones you have in production currently.
Okay, we have 3 different types of cycles. 2 of them are hand cycles, and the newest one is a foot pedal trike. The 2 hand cycles are called the Bomber and the Nuke. The Bomber is like a kneeling type hand cycle, similar to some other brands out there. And then the Nuke is a recumbent style that's basically been built for every type of disability. And then our newest one, which is a foot pedal trike, is called the Stinger, and we basically built that for like TBIs, partial paralysis, people with cerebral palsy, MS, you name it. So
very cool. And those are all in production now. How can someone go about getting one of those if they were interested?
You can check out our website. It's ReActiveAdaptations.com. We also have a Facebook page, ReActive Adaptations on Facebook. That's where we post most of our photos of all of our people riding our bikes, and lots of information on there as well.
Sounds good. And what's the best thing about off-road cycling? Why do you think other people should get into it?
For me, it's the independence. It's being way out there in the middle of nowhere, up in the mountains, getting there by myself, and being totally independent. You know, that's what it's all about, and that's just why we do it.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for talking to us.
Thank you very much.
All right. We're here with Rafe and Lihia of Sexability. Do you want to just start off by telling us a little bit about the company and what you do?
Sure. My name is Rafe Biggs, and I'm the founder of Sexability. I broke my neck in 2004. I fell from a roof and injured my neck, and so I lost function of my sexuality. And so I learned to re-experience sexuality through a different part of my body. So I started re-experiencing orgasm through my thumb instead of my genitals, because it was a really sensitive part of my body. And so I used breath work and energy work. And then TLC did a show on me called Strange Sex. Yeah, so I created a lot of exposure. And then Leaky and I started working together about 2 years ago. And so we do webinars, one-on-one coaching, education for people with all kinds of disabilities.
Very cool, very cool. And do you want to tell us a little bit about your involvement with the company?
Sure. I was injured in 2009, and when I was injured, I realized that there wasn't a lot of information, especially for women who were quadriplegics. And I was really interested. I researched Rafe because I had heard about the work that he did, and I found him, and we started working together. And since then, like you said, we've been doing webinars and one-on-one coaching. We just expanded to a youth component, working with You're Disabled and Proud, doing a webinar for them. We trained an organization on speaking to disabled youth about sexuality, and we also just launched our new calendar and some new apparel. So check out our website, www.sexability.org.
Very cool. And what kind of events or plans do you have for the future?
We have a webinar on April 15th called Transforming Sexuality After Spinal Cord Injury. It's a 6-week course, and it goes through everything from body esteem, self-image, learning to date. If you're in a relationship, creating more passion, sexuality with yourself. Also, I'm working with attendants, negotiating with them, and working with sex surrogates.
Very cool. Very cool. And then all of that can just be accessed through your website, the webinars and... Okay.
Our main goal is to transform the way that society perceives sexuality and disability. Usually our community is seen as non-sexual or asexual, and it's completely the opposite. We're human beings, and one of the commonalities of all human beings is intimacy and love and desire.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much. I appreciate you talking to me today.
Thank you very much.
Right on.